Come on. This should not be this hard. I am thousands of years old. I should be able to figure out how to do this. Ah, there you are. Bit of a change of scenery, I know. Look, if it were up to me, I'd be back in my office with my music and my books. This is not the place I wish to be right now. Because I am not a chemist. I have never been a chemist. I'm an incubus. The chemistry I work with is more metaphysical. You saw it firsthand. It's less concoctions and potions and more, hey, how are you? Would you like to take your pants off? I never said I liked it per se, but it is my expertise when it comes to chemistry, not this. Actually, this is the reason that I called you. I know you're in the middle of your deciphering of the Enochian, but I was hoping you might be able to help me out. You were a student here once. I know that demonology was your major and obviously your track, but did you happen to take a chemistry course? Oh, thank the pit. Can you come here? I'm at a loss. Laugh as much as you want. Again, I'm an incubus and a demon. I'm not Marie Curie. I don't care that she was a physicist. She didn't end up in hell, as far as I know, so I don't know much about her. You're right. I'm sorry, you're right. I shouldn't be frustrated at you. It's just, this really isn't my thing. I would have preferred you asked me to do complex equations. And I'm not even that good at math, but at least I can force numbers into doing what I want them to. I don't think breaking out a whip and calling chemicals dirty little things is going to help me at any point. It just keeps blowing up in my face. Not even in a fun way. Oh, I think you know what I mean, but it's a joke or an event for another time. Can you just... This is an old grimoire that I've had for years. It's a physical decoding on demonology. Basically, how to tell what happened at a place by its chemical signature, but I can make neither heads nor tails of it. Because again, it's not history, it's not literature, it's not demonology, it's science. Don't let the glasses and the posh demeanor fool you. I may dress like a scientist, but I assure you that's only to fulfill the sexy professor vibe. I am not a scientist. Yes, of course I have a sexy professor vibe. I can't help it. I'm well dressed, I'm a professor, and I'm an incubus. It was bound to happen. Oh, come now. While certain of my charms seem not to work on you, you can't deny that I pulled this off beautifully. Because you'd have to be blind to not see how well I wear my clothing. I put a lot of effort into how I look, and I'm proud of it. Oh no, the demon is committing one of the 7 deadly sins of vanity. Who would have thought? I'm a demon. I commit all of the deadly sins. Mm. Except for sloth. That one's not my bag. Ah, but there is more than one way to be a glutton. Everyone immediately assumes it's food, but I'm an incubus. We glut ourselves on something else. Remind me sometime to tell you about the summer of love. 30 in one room, and even I was walking a little bow-legged after that one. Well, stories of my misbegotten middle age later. Right now, we need to focus on this. I may have gone back to the scene of the fire. I figured a couple of samples might help winnow a few things out. I wanted to see if our Cambion had actually appeared at the house, or if perhaps they had just done a little demon magic. But in order to fulfill that line of inquiry, I have to figure this out, and well, you saw how well that was going when you walked in. Yes, please, by all means, continue to crack jokes. I am so glad you are having fun at my expense. If you want my TA. Yes, well, we can discuss the ins and outs of interpersonal fraternization later. Right now, let's focus on the chemistry and the demons. What I'm doing is I'm taking some of the samples of the char and I'm trying to grind them down. Then adding certain compounds. Depending on the mixture and the color it turns, well, it should tell me what I need to know. Well, therein lies the rub. Again, not being a scientist, I've gotten it wrong 4 times. Well, it's not supposed to foam. It's not supposed to catch fire. It's certainly not to set off the smoke detectors. And, well, do you remember slime that all the children were making a few years ago? Yes, it's really not supposed to do that. Well, now you see why I desperately need your help. You're enjoying this far too much. What, would it help if I begged? It's not my normal position, but I have been told I can grovel with the best of them. getting on my knees, pleading. Please, please, I promise I'll be good. That whole bravadoed act. It takes quite a bit of bravado to get on one's knees and then start looking like that. Listen, I am trying my best to be humble here, but I am frustrated. Thank you. Oh, well, like I said, I went back to the scene of the fire. I might have charmed the investigator a little bit. I'm just saying there is something about a woman in uniform, and she was well proportioned. Clearly, she had spent time fighting fires and had the body to match. That is not at all a mark against her. Trust me, the only marks were the ones that I left, and that she left. A penchant for biting, but, well, a gentleman never kisses and tells, does he? It worries me that you're getting so comfortable with who I am. Because it should make me nervous, but instead it just amuses me. Wait, so what are you doing? Well, I'd love to know, because if I have to do this again, I hope you and I work together for many more years to come, but if you're not around, if it tickles your fancy, how about this? Tonight, you're the professor and I'm the apt ingenue student. Does that help? I could go to the other side of the table, lean over. Please, Professor, I'll do anything to get my grade up. I simply have to pass your class. You're incorrigible. Talk me through what you're doing. But I added that first, and then it went all smoke show in here. No, I didn't measure it. I didn't think you needed to. And to be honest, I thought that was a step for the ingredient. I thought it was add that first, add that second kind of thing. Well, again, I'm not a chemist, and to be fair, it's an old book. I really didn't have to expect to read it that hard. All right, you know what? Remind me not to help you the next time you have trouble translating something. Yes, I'm sure you're close with the Enochian. Probably closer than I am with this. Oh! Excuse you. I am the professor, you're the teaching assistant, and you speak to me this way. What a crude joke. Indeed it is. Besides, my partners are always closer than I am. I see to that myself. Laugh as much as you'd like. It is funny, but simultaneously we have work to do. You'd be surprised. Getting it was not the easiest thing in the world. She drove one of those crossovers, not even big enough to be an SUV. Putting the seats down did nothing. I've had a crick in my back for the last 2 days, but it was worth it to get this. Now, I'm not saying that at all. We had a lovely afternoon. Hour. 45 minutes if I'm being fair. They can't all be one-night affairs. I have things to do sometimes. Nobody ever leaves unsatisfied. That I see to personally. You are getting far too comfortable with what I am. Continuing on. Yes, well, again, I thought that these were steps, so I never really got that far. Well, knowing now that these are drops that are being counted and not steps, things make a bit more sense. Incorrigible. Anyway. Yes, we just have to mix it and then it should turn a color. Well, blue means that no one was there. Green means direct, angelic intervention, which, seeing that would be a problem. Red, of course, being demon, black being something else entirely. If we were ever to come across black, we would step away from this case, inform some more higher authority, and then go get a drink and start praying. Black means that something far older than me has decided to make itself known, and well, it's not a game I wish to play. Yes, well, and let's perhaps not worry about that. I'm sure what will come up will be red. Great. No, I kind of expected it to be red. Unfortunately, what that means is our erstwhile Cambion has decided to physically interject themselves. It means something or someone in that house had a personal vendetta against them, and we'd better find out quickly. Well, perhaps your Enochian translation will shed some light on the matter. It's going to take how long? Oh, goodness. Every time I think we're making progress with this one. No, I don't blame you. Enochian is a psychotic language. I'm just tired of the constant ebb and flow. We need something concrete. We need something real. Well, we do know something at least. If this is turning red, it means that they were there. We also know that they were there long enough to imprint so that the oh so helpful speaker gave us information. Something happened there, something aggressive. We need to find out what. No, we're not going back to the Father. They won't be helpful anymore. Angels rarely are. Fallen doubly so. We need a better contact. And I might know someone. Well, you and I went undercover at an angel bar. You feel like getting a drink at a demon one? No, not tonight. We still have far too much to do tonight, but at least we don't have to worry about being undercover or anyone trying to kill us. You're right, the Cambians might try to kill us, but by and large, mostly nobody will try to kill us. Yes. I think this is exactly what we do. We need to finish your translation. We're going to take it to a bar in a couple of days. Pass it around, see if anybody knows anything. This is going to be fun. Yes, well, we still have to wait for your translation, and it's going to take a bit. I suppose I should be grading or doing lesson plans. You're right, it does sound dreadfully boring, but... You buy me a drink. It's just you've never offered. To be fair, I'm usually the one asking you to go into haunted houses, break into churches, sites of arson. I should be the one buying you drinks. If you're buying, I'm certainly sampling. Give me 10 minutes to get myself cleaned up, and then yes, let's get going. You're right, after that escapade, let's say 20. You are getting too comfortable. Also, that would never take me 20 minutes. I believe in taking time for oneself, especially when it comes to that. 20 minutes. I'll see you soon.